What's going on, guys? Welcome back. So this video is going to be about you hurt now, she hurts later. So I know this is sort of the dream of what dumpies go through, but this is the absolute truth to some instances, right? So let's just get this out of the way. Yeah, there are going to be women that are never going to come back sometimes. Yeah, there are women who are with someone new right now. And yes, you should move on from that, right? You should care about your own energy and your own self-worth and place that and hang around people who love you, who cherish you, who adore you, so on and so forth. Let's get that out of the way, because there's going to be people in the comments section that are like, that have a narrative, right? And they're like, this is the way women are, and this is the way men are, and so on and so forth. That's true to a degree, so I want to get it out of the way. A lot of people do move on, and so on and so forth. Now, what I wanted when I was going through breakups was I wanted her to hurt. I got cheated on, so I wanted her to hurt as much as I was hurting. Now, it's a normal and natural response, but it is not going to get you the result that you think you're looking for. You want her to feel the way you do, right? Well, if you want that, and I'm telling you, this isn't what what you really want to hear, but it's the fucking truth. And I live in realism, right? I live in the realistic society that is behind the bullshit curtain. And the bullshit curtain is this a narrative that they're trying to push out to you. And you guys probably know what I mean, right? So living in realism and looking at the situation, I can tell you right now that the best way to get somebody else to hurt is to be better and more attractive and stronger than you were when she left you. Yeah, are you gonna see? And this is where guys get really confused. They're like, okay, how am I gonna prove to her, right? You can't directly do it unless you guys are communicating. And there are so many different situations that I've literally dealt with where people are still communicating with each other. She just wants, she truly, okay, there's been a few times where a woman, I've been helping a guy, and that girl is like, yo, I still want to be with you, but you have insecurity issues. You have problems. You need to work on them because it's affecting our relationship, and I'm just tired of dealing with it, right? Those happen. And a lot of people, watch a lot of people on YouTube, and they have this filter on of all these coaches and all these, red pill guys on the internet, and those guys will help you to a degree, right? And then there's the realism part, okay? And they have a lot of good opinions and they have a lot of truth behind them, right? But there are good women out there, fellas. And that's what I want you guys to know. And some of these women are with insecure guys. They come to me and they're like, yo, this girl broke up with me, and every guy that watches red pill content is like, yo, like, she's fucking somebody else, bro. I know she is. I give the entire situation as much benefit of the doubt as I can, unless it's absolutely, I'm like 100% certain that he should just move on because she is fucking somebody else, right? That's where but I'll look at it, and she's like, and she will message him, and he will show me the screenshots and say, I'm seeing her tomorrow. She wants to keep this going because she actually liked where my potential was. Right? See, women will date you for your potential, and they want to see where you're going to go with it. They want to see if you're going to be that guy they think you can be, because they see it in your attitude and their attraction level towards you. There's a few dudes that I'm helping that are in this situation. And yes, it is. The percentage is low. Okay? It's not super high. It's not like 50% or 60% or 70%. It's small, right? Where this is happening. But you know what? It's a win for these guys. Right now, those guys, I'm telling them to focus on understanding the fundamentals. Women, like female nature, attraction, and yourself. A lot of these guys have insecurity issues because they're not bringing anything to the table of the relationship anymore. The infatuation period of the relationship has gone away. What I'm trying to tell you is, the guys who aren't in that situation, the guys who are literally just in no contact right now, I have seen personally women that have broken up with dudes. The dudes come to me, and that woman will message back months later, weeks later, months later, sometimes a year later. I've been doing this coaching stuff for over 3 years now. That's where the whole pain, the dudes are in pain now and she's in pain later. She gave up on something, especially long relationships, 5 years, 7 years, 8-year relationships. And she's understanding now that she gave up on something that was real because she went around and fucked around with somebody or multiple people that didn't even come close to the connection. And now she's realizing, oh shit, that connection I had with him, he actually cared about me. He cared about my goals and all this. He was just complacent, right? Now, she's not thinking this directly, A plus B equals C, but she's feeling the emotion of, I gave up on this, which is exactly what I want for you guys. I want you guys to improve so much and study all the things you need to study and understand that this is a reality that happens. Yes, sometimes in the future, and that can even be like a little side goal for you. Turn that anger that you have towards her right now into something productive. Anger can be a serious motivator. You can use this to actually start moving the needle forward in other areas of your life, your body, your money, right? Your body. So what I like to get my students to do, finances. So I talk a little bit about making money online. I point them towards the courses they need to take, and I guide them, because it's a 2-year, 3-year thing. It takes time to create something of enough value, right? Where people recognize it and they're willing to spend money on your shit. It takes time to learn all that. So finances, body, and social circle, right? And we focus on these things so much that yes, you'll think about your ex, but and the goals, but you're gonna start actually. The first thing that I get them to focus on really is being a man of your word, right? So if I tell you, okay, go do like 5 more blog posts today, right? You cannot fail this. So each day we focus so hard on becoming excellent in following our word, right? I get practice doing this too. And then when you say you're going to do something, this changes everything. This changes your entire mindset. Because when you do that, when you focus on, okay, I'm going to say, if I'm going to do this, right? I want to be making $2,000 a month in 2 years from my new blog. I get a lot of my students saying that, right? And they come through and they understand, look, yes, it's a lot of work. I show them how much work it takes. So I'm like, look, your job, feed that into people that can write for you, that can now turn that into a supplemental income in 2 years, 3 years. It won't really take 3 years. It usually takes about 1 year to 2 years to get to about the $2,000 to $4,000 a month range, depending on how hard you work. The more content you have, the more money you're going to make. That's the realistic shit. There are ways to make a lot of money faster, right? In terms of something that you need money sometimes first in order to go down that road. So we get focused on really harnessing your masculine energy. Okay? That's the point of all this. And that's when she'll return. That's when she'll call you, blah, blah, blah. Because on an energetic level, on a spiritual level, you're 10 times better than you were. You're vibing higher. Okay? The Hawkins scale of consciousness. Go check that out on Google. And you'll see when you get dumped, you're at the bottom. You're dealing with fear, apathy, guilt, anger, right? And like I said, anger could be a motivator, but it's supposed to push you upwards, not keep you down, right? A lot of people carry anger around for years towards their exes. Ask anybody who's divorced, right? Some of them hate their exes so much, and they let it hold them down. So you want to use anger and all that stuff to motivate you further. And that's the juice. That's the real good stuff. So you want to come up that scale. Okay. You want to get into neutrality. That's where you were when you started, right? That's where you were when you first met her. In neutral, you were neutral about her. You met her and you're like, oh, she's hot. Cool. Let's see where this goes. That's the mentality you have to get back to. Coaching's down below. Course is also down below. I'll see you guys in the next video. If you have any questions, post them in the comments. I'll help you out. Done.